Bonjour à tous et bienvenue à la 50e édition de la Fête du Canada dans la MRC de Deux-Montagnes. Welcome to the 50th edition of Canada Day in the Deux-Montagnes MRC. La Fête du Canada est une tradition de longue date dans notre communauté. Thank you all for being a part of our event this year. Thank you for being here. You give yourselves a round of applause for being here. I must first take this opportunity to acknowledge that the land on which we gather every year for our Canada Day celebrations in the Deux-Montagnes MRC is the traditional and unceded territory of the Kanien'kehá:ka, un endroit qui a longtemps servi de lieu de rencontre et d'échange entre les nations. I must also take this opportunity to thank our partners and sponsors for their support of Canada Day. Merci le gouvernement du Canada, les productions satellites, Monsieur le ministre Benoit Charette, ainsi que la Ville de Deux-Montagnes, Design DXM, tumopol.com et photoactive.ca. Et merci à nos invités aujourd'hui. Je les nommerai un peu plus tard dans notre cérémonie. Our committee of volunteers has had two substantial challenges with our celebration for 2021. First off, the pandemic has forced us again into this hybrid model for Canada Day. To be perfectly honest, when it became clear that we would not be at Central Park for our traditional event, none of us really felt like doing this again. De plus, tout le monde est tanné de nos vies virtuelles. Donc, nous avons fait notre mieux, en concordance avec la santé publique, d'offrir une célébration hybride pour vous divertir. But I guarantee you, famous last words, that we'll be at Central Park next year for our 51st edition of Canada Day in the Deux-Montagnes MRC. I don't have a crystal ball. I feel it in my gut. So, je pense qu'on va être de retour au Parc Central en totalité l'année prochaine. Je suis ravi de voir tant de monde ici aujourd'hui pour notre cérémonie. Cet après-midi, nous offrons un programme limité d'activités au Parc Central avec notre tournoi de fer annuel. Thanks to Les Boyd for that. Un cours de Zumba familial. Cheryl Dorr will be giving at 2 o'clock un cours de Zumba. Un cours de bootcamp familial. Patrick Long est ici. Where are you, Pat? I saw you here before. There's Pat Long. He'll be giving a bootcamp. So thank you for your participation. And let's work out. Let's get that bootcamp going. Tonight at 7:30, this ceremony will be rebroadcasted on YouTube. And at 8 o'clock, the link is already up. Le lien est déjà sur notre page Facebook et c'est un lien à YouTube. Nous offrons un spectacle de 1 heure. Et ce spectacle, this show will feature a playlist of Canadian songs requested by members of our community, along with a slideshow of past Canada Days. So the music will go on. You'll have Canadian songs, and then we will have a slideshow of previous Canada Days, of Canada Day pasts here in the MRC. And of course, our favorite band, Skyline Drive. Rob, where are you here? Rob, there's Rob Taylor, a member of Skyline Drive here. They'll be performing 2 special songs. One which will be, I think, a touching, moving tribute to our past 15 months or so, along with another song which I think we're having a little more fun with. You'll see, it's at the end of the show, it closes the show, so I think you'll enjoy this little treat we provide for you. And some of you I see here participated in that song, so you'll see what we mean later on. Ce sens de communauté est toujours en évidence à Deux-Montagnes. C'est grâce à vous que la Fête du Canada reste vivante dans notre région. Merci pour votre présence et votre participation. Merci. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. I talked about 2 challenges. One challenge was the obvious challenge of the pandemic. The second challenge we faced, however, was frankly a much more daunting task. You know, the whole goal of Canada Day is that we're holding a Canada Day celebration, but how we do that in this context? The pandemic has taken countless lives and have left us with scars we will be dealing with for years to come. Moreover, we are learning more and more about what we can only describe as atrocities in residential schools across Canada. Les nouvelles sont bouleversantes. 215 jeunes enfants retrouvés enterrés sur le site d'un ancien pensionnat autochtone à Kamloops, en Colombie-Britannique, suivi par 751 jeunes en Saskatchewan et hier, un autre 182 jeunes, aussi en Colombie-Britannique. Nous avons un devoir, comme Canadiens et Canadiennes, de faire mieux. Pas seulement pour reconnaître le passé, mais pour agir maintenant et à l'avenir, surtout envers les Premières Nations. I'll repeat this in English. We have an obligation as Canadians to do better. Not just to acknowledge our past, but to act now and for the future, especially towards our First Nations. As such, our Canada Day Committee has adopted the theme for 2021, Every Child Matters, Chaque Enfant Compte. I'm very happy to see this symbol of solidarity with everybody wearing these shirts. Je suis très content de voir ça. Merci pour votre participation à ce thème et cette reconnaissance. Thank you for really supporting what we're trying to do here today. Merci à vous. We can no longer celebrate Canada's birthday without also recognizing our faults and our deficiencies in order to become a better, greater nation. Canadians are the peacekeepers of the world. Quand quelqu'un en Europe voit le drapeau canadien sur le pack-sac d'un touriste, il ou elle est toujours bien accueilli. On est reconnu pour être les good guys sur la scène internationale, but we must be the good guys at home. With this, let's take a few moments to listen to a few words from residential school survivors.
I remember them taking me away from my mother and my stepfather. And I can hear them telling my mom that that was the best thing for me, you know, and that not to worry, I would be looked after. At that time, they never told us that our sisters were across the hallway. And I didn't know that for the longest time. Then I spotted my sister, Nora, and I was so glad and so hysteric, and I went running to her and I reached out to her, you know, and just hugged her, and I was just shaking, like, you know, and terrified. And I was wondering why she was pushing me away. I didn't realize that we weren't supposed to know that we both lived in the same place, and we weren't allowed to speak to each other. We weren't allowed to talk to each other. And I can remember the principal grabbing a hold of me by the hand, you know, and I was jumping off the floor like that, and he stripped me. And he started whacking me with a long, webbed strap.
There are three reasons why I think residential schools are a blot on the Canadian landscape. One is that we became strangers in our home and native land. Two is that nurturing relationships between parents and children were severed. Residential schools were a frontal attack on parenthood. Three is that it added to our mental stress in a very real way.
He never knew when he was going to get hit in residential school. That's the thing. So he lived like in fear of getting hit. You break a rule, you get whacked, you know. So it was unpredictable. You know, you couldn't, you could try to learn the rules as best as you could, but I mean, you're a kid, you know, you'd mess up and whack, you know. So there was that unpredictability that he brought home too. And the same thing with us. We didn't know what was going to happen, you know, next. So it was scary.
I was raised by parents who never had a childhood, and they didn't have any parents as role models. So we were vulnerable children. And a lot of us were abused ourselves as young children. And I also realized at that point that one of the people who abused me in my family had been a residential school survivor, a family member. And I understood why now, why I was abused. I grew up not knowing my language, and in fact, I kind of felt a bit ashamed about our language and our identity because it seemed like they were, meaning my parents and my aunts and uncles, were ashamed too in some way because they didn't want to talk about it and they didn't want to share with us about who we were.
There was a lot of fear. I think the fear that they put in him, the terror that they put in him, I mean, he managed to bring that with him. And it went into our family, you know. And I learned terror and fear and all that as well as a child. I put fear in my sons too. That's all I knew, you know. when they were doing something that was right, I would put fear in them, you know.
Our objective is to continue until there is not a single Indian in Canada that has not been absorbed into the body politic, and there is no Indian question and no Indian department. Duncan Campbell Scott, Deputy Superintendent of Indian Affairs, January 1st, 1920.
I'd like us all to be a part of a team that really makes a lasting difference for not only residential school survivors, but the other little children who are having difficulties today.
Donc, je vous invite à participer à un moment de réflexion. I'm inviting you to participate in a moment of reflection. Though we are coming out of the pandemic, this is still a somber time. From lost loved ones to very tired essential workers, les circonstances autour du décès de Joyce Echaquan, l'attentat contre la famille Afzal Salman à London, en Ontario, et évidemment, les enfants perdus et les survivants des pensionnats autochtones. Let's take a few moments of silence to reflect on this year, this past year, and our Canadian values. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Je profite de cette occasion pour dire un merci en particulier à la Ville de Deux-Montagnes par leur soutien continuel de notre célébration. We've made it to 50 editions thanks to the City of Deux-Montagnes, so merci à la Ville de Deux-Montagnes. Je souligne la présence des certains membres de la direction de la Ville ici avec nous aujourd'hui. Marie Rouquenel, directeur loisirs et développement communautaire. Merci Marie d'être là aujourd'hui. Je souligne... Merci. Certainement, il y a des employés de la Ville qui sont ici aussi. Je souligne également la présence des membres du Conseil de la Ville. Nous avons ici Eric Johnson qui travaille aujourd'hui. Il est occupé. Je crois qu'aussi, nous avons notre grand bénévole, membre observateur sur notre comité depuis 2014. C'est un grand plaisir d'avoir sur notre comité et avec nous aujourd'hui Michel Mendez. Est-ce que j'ai manqué d'autres membres du conseil qui sont là? Je crois que non. OK. Donc, mais certainement, j'ai oublié. Il y a un élu local que j'ai complètement oublié à mentionner. Je n'ai pas oublié, honnêtement. J'invite maintenant au podium pour vous dire quelques mots votre maire, Monsieur Denis Martin.
Merci beaucoup, Tom. Bienvenue à tout le monde. Ça me fait plaisir d'être ici. J'ai eu des moments émouvants ici avec les vétérans. Aujourd'hui, c'est spécial. Donc, tu sais, il n'y a pas de mots, mais ça a été bien présenté. Donc, je félicite le comité pour avoir fait ce qu'ils ont fait devant nous tantôt. Je pense que c'était une bonne action. Other than that, you guys there, you miss me all. I've been a year there. I can't see you guys, and it's been very, very tough. I've been wanting to see you in person. And you're making my day today to be able to see you in person because as an elected official of this city, the strength of this city is you guys. That's what's the strength. I mean, Tom, it's been over 50 years. We've been doing Canada Day. As you know, I'm born here, and I've been participating to all of those celebrations, high, low, like today, difficult reflections to have today. Rain, warm weather, not snow for Canada Day, but we've had different weathers in different areas. I had fun falling in the pool once or twice last year or the year before. But all of this is because of you. You know, the citizens of Deux-Montagnes with this part of the community, which is the best in the MRC. You know, you see, I'm different committees in the UMQ. I'm all over the place in Quebec. No place like home, believe me. No place like home. And I just wanted to thank you for being here today, for being part of this ceremony today. And, you know, we just, this year is the 100th anniversary of the city. COVID has been tough, and I know how it is to organize different activities. So we've had local activities in parks. We have different activities that are going to be happening. The anniversary is on the 18th. We wanted to combine a little bit. We're trying to see with Mr. Benoit Charette how things are going to open up, but things seems to be opening up a little bit. So we're going to try to have something to commemorate this 100th anniversary. It's always great to see you all. I hope I have a chance to go discuss with you a few minutes before you all move along. So, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Moi, comme Deux-Montagnes, je suis fier de vous autres. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Monsieur le maire. Maintenant, j'invite au podium pour vous dire quelques mots un grand sympathisant de notre événement depuis un très longtemps. We've watched him grow in front of our eyes. He used to be simply our member of the National Assembly in opposition. He is now a minister with 3 portfolios. Voici votre député provincial, Benoit Charette.
Merci, Tom. It's not an election year for me, but I have different things to say. It's a real pleasure, frankly. Et c'est émouvant, c'est émouvant. Denis le mentionnait tout à l'heure. Pour ma part, c'est le premier rassemblement dans le comté depuis plus d'une année. J'habite le comté, j'habite à quelques rues d'ici, mais le fait de ne pas pouvoir vous voir comme on avait l'habitude de se voir, c'est particulièrement émouvant. Donc, cher Denis, chère Linda, Michel, Eric également, mais les membres du comité d'organisation, I know you've had rough times these past and these days find the right balance between celebration, between grief, but you have made the right decision. You've come with the right decision, the right balance position, and happy to see all these people, all of you wearing orange today. I think nobody's perfect, as no country's perfect. We all have our own history, but we do have different things many things to be proud of with our country. And un merci and a special thank for the member of the Legions, because if we live in an honor-free land today, it's also because of you. So thank you very much. So we've accomplished a lot of things, bad things in some ways. But the first thing is to recognize that. The first thing is to acknowledge that. The first time is to apologize for that. But otherwise, we have also many things to celebrate today. So very happy to be with you. Et comme plusieurs au cours des derniers jours, oui, on s'est posé la question comment souligner cette journée du 1er juillet. Tom le mentionnait tout à l'heure. J'ai aussi une lourde responsabilité, mais qui est fondamentale, arriver à mieux vivre et se reconnaître les uns les autres. Donc, comment lutter contre toutes les formes de discrimination, contre toutes les formes de racisme. Donc, avec toutes ces nouvelles qui nous sont parvenues ces dernières semaines, avec les residential schools, les pensionnats autochtones, ça remettait en question la façon de souligner cette belle journée qui est le 1er juillet. Mais à Deux-Montagnes, grâce à vous, membres du comité, vous avez trouvé la belle formule avec, oui, ces maillots orange, avec ce témoignage, ces témoignages qu'on a entendus un petit peu plus tôt. Donc, so proud of you, guys, so proud to be a member of this community also. So happy Canada Day, and it will be such a pleasure in the coming weeks to be able to see each other more frequently. So a real pleasure to be with you this afternoon. Bonne fête du Canada.
Merci beaucoup, Benoit. Grandement apprécié pour votre présence aujourd'hui. Juste pour vous mentionner, hier, Benoit nous a envoyé, le comité, un courriel d'encouragement parce que pour être franc, to be quite honest with you, we weren't sure if we were getting this right or not, and certainly with we've decided in collaboration with the city to cancel the community ride, but to put a lot more emphasis on what we're doing right here. Benoit, his words to us yesterday were very encouraging through email. So merci Benoit pour toujours votre support à notre événement. Merci pour vous êtes partenaire aussi dans l'événement. Il y a un soutien financier aussi de votre bureau. Donc merci Benoit, grandement apprécié votre présence et votre support. Merci à Benoit Charette. Et finalement, j'invite un représentant du cabinet du premier ministre, mais ce n'est pas juste un fonctionnaire de Ottawa que j'invite ici. C'est quelqu'un que je pense vous allez connaître, that someone that you all know, you recognize her face very much. She will be introducing a video message from our Prime Minister, but I would love to invite our former MP from Rivière-des-Mille-Îles. Please come up here, Linda Lapointe.
Merci, Tom. Merci. Hi, so exciting to be with you today. Bonjour à vous tous. Benoit, Monsieur Martin, Michel, Eric, I miss you all, okay? The pandemic has been very long. It's hard on us. Very hard. Merci aux bénévoles. Merci beaucoup. C'est la 50e édition, mais tellement différente de ce qu'on pouvait s'attendre. Thank you to all the volunteers. I miss you, so I want to first say happy anniversary to Two Mountains. 100 ans! Félicitations! Happy anniversary, bon anniversaire! So today, we are celebrating la Fête du Canada. À cette occasion, profitons pour réfléchir, comme on a dit un peu plus tôt tantôt, à ce que nous avons accompli en tant que pays et ce qu'évidemment, il nous reste à faire. This past year has been difficult and should celebrate how Canadians have come together to support their neighbors and fight the COVID. And I know here in Two Mountains, the community is very well connected and very tissé serré. Mais tout en reconnaissant nos succès, nous devons aussi reconnaître que pour certains, aujourd'hui, la Fête du Canada n'est pas un jour de fête. These horrific discoveries of hundreds of children at the site of former residential school in BC and Saskatchewan have forced us to reflect on the historical and ongoing injustices that Indigenous people face in Canada. Nous devons être honnêtes et reconnaître ces réalités afin de pouvoir tracer une meilleure voie vers l'avenir dans un esprit de réconciliation. Aujourd'hui, alors que nous célébrons un merveilleux pays, moi je crois que c'est le meilleur au monde, les personnes avec qui nous la partageons, engageons-nous à nouveau à faire le travail nécessaire pour redresser les torts du passé et à bâtir un pays meilleur pour tous. Today, while we celebrate our country, I said in French, but I think this is the best country in the world, our people, let's recommit to doing the work to right past wrong and building a better future for everyone. So I'm very happy. Merci. Il y a des élections cette année? I don't know. I know there's municipal, but I know that thing first. Okay, so bonne fête du Canada. Happy Canada Day. Very happy to be with you. Thank you. And please welcome our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, le très honorable Justin Trudeau. Thank you.
Hello everyone, bonjour à tous, and happy Canada Day. Today, we celebrate our amazing country and the people that make it so great. Je sais que l'année a été difficile pour beaucoup d'entre vous et que cette année, comme l'année passée, on ne pourra pas célébrer la Fête du Canada avec de nombreux amis ou tous les membres de la famille. Mais il faut quand même prendre le temps de réfléchir tous ensemble à notre passé, parce que notre pays en a fait du chemin, mais il en reste tellement à faire. Et on doit tous contribuer à bâtir un pays meilleur. From volunteering in your communities and supporting those in need, to following public health advice and getting your COVID-19 vaccine, you've all proven that we can tackle any challenge when we work together. And now, as we work to finish the fight against COVID-19 and build back better for everyone, I know that we will all continue to lead with compassion and strength, because that's who Canadians are. So today, let's celebrate the country that we love and the values that unite us, and let's continue to create a Canada that is fairer and more equal for everyone. Mes amis, de plus beaux jours nous attendent et ensemble, on va continuer de faire avancer le Canada. Happy Canada Day, bonne fête du Canada. Enjoy today, but please stay safe and healthy, everyone. Merci.
Merci, Linda. Merci, Monsieur le Premier ministre, à distance. Now, we have a tradition in Canada Day where we talk about our parade marshal. We don't have a parade this year, but we're going to have a parade marshal. You've seen him and his little red Corvette in our parades for years. Our committee is proud to announce that our parade marshal for 2021 is notre président d'honneur pour 2021 est Joe Dubuc. Joe has been a part of our community forever. Un membre du Club Lyon pendant une trentaine d'années, Joe a participé dans son premier défilé en voiture antique à Deux-Montagnes en 1955 ou 56. His love of parades has continued to the present day, entering cars and floats and parades both here and in Montreal, including in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. He has won 15 awards over the years for his parades participations. Un entrepreneur, je suis sûr que plusieurs parmi vous rappellent bien de Winterwall. Il était toujours un commanditaire pour nos jeunes, baseball, football, soccer, ringuette. Il était aussi entraîneur de 2 équipes de soccer seniors simultanément. Joe ran dances for the carnival for many years, and he became an avid photographer with many of his images preserved in the pages of The Victory, including providing short write-ups. Fun fact, he took over 1,000 pictures of the PDM fire in the late 70s, and his pictures were in the centerfold of the publication. Joe a beaucoup donné à notre communauté. Il mérite notre reconnaissance et nos merci. It is my pleasure to thank you for what you've done for our community and to congratulate you on being our parade marshal for 2021. Congratulations, félicitations, Joe Dubuc.
Le maire, Monsieur le maire, Denis Martin, Monsieur Charette, j'ai oublié votre nom, mais je vous connaissez. Tout le comité, c'est un honneur d'être ici aujourd'hui. I look around the crowd and I see people that I've worked with the Lions Club, soccer club, and other activities. Gil Doherty right there, who's done a lot of work with the soccer club. And I still recognize a lot of the people from back in my time. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I've spent 35 years roughly living in Deux-Montagnes, and to me, this is the best little town in Quebec and probably in Canada. I love this town, and I talk about it wherever I go. It's a pleasure. And Christine, thank you very much. And I don't want to take up any more of your time, so I'll say adieu for now. Thank you.
Un dernier mot avant notre hymne national. Our committee works year-round on putting together Canada Day. These 2 years have been quite difficult, especially when we learned that we'd be virtual again this year. Our most exciting moment of the year happened when we switched from Zoom to Teams. So that gives you a sign of some of the challenges we faced. But overall, it has still been challenging. I need to acknowledge specifically the members of our committee who worked hard this year on the celebration. I've made reference to Michel Mendels already. His efforts are really important, but I'd like to also acknowledge Adam Gordon, Lori King, Brian Snell, Dave Byers, who's our treasurer, our secretary and field coordinator, Christine Newmayer. Big round of applause for Christine and Dave and everybody. And finally, the leaders, like our vice president and lead singer of Skyline Drive, Rob Taylor. Big round of applause for our whole committee. It is now time to sing together our national anthem, Je dois vous rappeler que quand nous chantons l'hymne national, c'est aussi un moment de réflexion sur nous et sur nos valeurs comme pays. As such, I would like to invite Lise Lacroix to come and sing our national anthem.
Au Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurons glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I don't know why I feel like saying "Go Habs, go" now, but yeah, it's certainly so. Thank you, Lise. And with that, our 50th edition of Canada Day is now underway. N'oublie pas les activités au Parc Central cet après-midi ou nos deux présentations sur YouTube ce soir. Part 1, which is this celebration. It's going to be a condensed version of this. We wanted it to be about 20 minutes. We're at minute 50 now of the ceremony, so Eric's going to be doing some guerrilla editing this afternoon to chop it down a little bit. At 7:30 on YouTube, and then at 8 o'clock will be our Canadian playlist presentation. Please remember, every child matters. Chaque enfant compte. So merci. Thank you for your presence today. I will have a few words about the community ride right after, but this concludes officially our ceremony. Thank you very much. Oh.
On a oublié Tom, oubliez pas, on a oublié Tom, hein? On a félicité tout le monde. Tom, il gère ça avec une main de fer, avec un gant de cuir, de velours. Fait que c'est excellent, il est là, il nous met à l'ordre, on nous met à l'ordre, puis tout ça. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, Tom, for your assistance and your presence. It's greatly appreciated as the leader of the committee.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup, Michel. Grandement apprécié. Merci à tous.
You too.